What if I told you English sometimes uses past tense for things that never happened, present continuous tense for future, present tense for history? Confusing? Maybe. But if you start to recognize the logic behind it, English starts to sound intelligible, beautifully precise and natural. So today we are not going to memorize grammar rules. We attempt to learn the logic and the beauty behind it. For example, if we look at these sentences, I will meet him tomorrow at 5. I am meeting him tomorrow at 5. I will meet him tomorrow at 5. This is in future tense. I am meeting him tomorrow at 5. This is present continuous tense. But this is wrong and this is the correct expression. The sentence in present continuous tense is the correct expression. Now, why is present continuous tense used for an event that is going to happen in future? Most learners might ask why. Because this event, this meeting is going to happen in the future. The reason for this in English grammar is if an event is going to happen in future, but the future is not distant future, this is near future, this is immediate future, it's just tomorrow, it's just the next month, just the next week, like this. It's a very immediate future. And if the event is pre-planned, predetermined, then we have to use present continuous tense even if the event is going to happen in future. This meeting is already fixed, it is determined, and this is going to happen in near future. So we will not use future tense in these, we will use only present continuous tense. One of the main reason for this is the action is psychologically connected to the present because this is near future and this is a predetermined event. To elucidate the point more clearly, we have some more examples. Let's look at the board. I am meeting the client tomorrow. She is flying to Delhi next Monday. We are having dinner tonight. My parents are visiting us this weekend. The company is launching the product next month. Now, if you notice, all of these are in present continuous tense. Am meeting, is flying, are having, are visiting, is launching. And all of these events are pre-planned, predetermined. Look at the certainty of these planned events. The subjects of these sentences think that these events are certain, they will happen. There is no ambiguity in this certainty, in the feeling of certainty. So one point is certainty. The subjects of these sentences feel that these events are certainly going to happen in near future. So, from the perspective of the speakers in these sentences, the time is near future. The perspective of the speakers is very important here. From whose perspective this is near future? From the perspective of the speakers of these sentences. The speakers like I am meeting, she is flying, she, we are having, we, my parents are visiting, my parents, the company is launching, the company. These subjects feel that these events, these certain events are going to happen in near future. Only then present continuous tense is used, even if the event is going to happen in future. 1947, India becomes independent. Wait, that happened in the past. So why are we using present tense? Because in describing historical events more vividly, English uses present tense. That is called historical present. This makes the story more immediate, alive and dramatic. Some more examples to clarify the point. Number 1. Alexander enters the city and declares victory. The king orders the army to attack. Shakespeare introduces Hamlet in a deeply emotional tone. The scientist discovers a revolutionary principle. Now look at the central or principal verbs in these sentences. Alexander enters. The king orders. Shakespeare introduces. The scientist discovers. These are all in simple present tense, although these events happened in the past. Here, present tense is used to pull the listener into the moment, into the present, as if these events are unfolding right now. This style is especially relevant in storytelling, documentaries, historical event narration, speeches, literary analysis. Universal truths always take present tense. For example, the earth revolves around the sun. Even if an event has been true for millions of years, English still takes present tense to describe that event, to describe universal truths. Let's look at the board for more examples. The sun rises in the east. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. The earth revolves around the sun. Honesty builds trust. These are not temporary facts. These are general truths, scientific facts, or permanent realities. So, in these contexts, always present tense is chosen. Coming to our next section. Suppose if I told you, if I were a bird, I would fly. Wait, why were? Why not was? Because we normally say, I was happy. He was anxious. Was. So suddenly, why were? Because these kind of sentences do not state reality. These kind of sentences describe something which is unreal, which is hypothetical, which is imaginary, things like that. Now coming to more examples. If she were here, she would help us. If he were rich, he would travel the world. Now it's clear from these sentences that these sentences do not state fact. She were here, she is not here. If she were here means this sentence is not describing reality. This sentence is talking about an hypothetical or imaginary situation. She is not really here. I am talking about if she were here. If he were rich, he is not rich. If he were rich, he would travel the world. So this sentence is talking about an imaginary hypothetical situation. This is not reality. So in a nutshell, when we are talking about hypothetical, unreal, imaginary situations or possibilities, where is the preferred verb with all subjects. Now, one tiny thing to keep in mind is that some native speakers still use was nowadays in conversational register, but where is the standard English usage? The formal standard usage is still where in subjunctive mood. This in traditional grammar is called the subjunctive mood. So today we saw something very fascinating about English tense. It doesn't only show time. Sometimes it expresses imagination, sometimes vivid storytelling, sometimes universal truth, sometimes certainty. That's why fluent English is not only about rummaging up grammatical rules, dry grammatical rules. It is about understanding the beauty, understanding the thought process behind the language. Thank you.